The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. Enjoy the show.
Hey gamers, this podcast was recorded in front of a live studio audience, held against their will.
The following podcast contains content not suitable for young audiences. That includes you, little Jimmy.
In the early 2000s, Zay.
Early 90s?
No, that was early 2000,
Oh.
not late 90s. I wasn't a kid
Early
in the
90s.
early 90s.
Oh.
I was just
my phone died.
You're just
Did
a
it
little
really?
guy?
Yeah.
I was just a
I
non-existent
gotta go. I
little
gotta
guy.
go charge my phone.
Why
So,
don't you use your phone today? Jeez.
Zay, future Zay, do you want past Zay to do a clap? Past Zay, can you do a clap for future Zay?
I don't even need it anymore.
Did you know? I think there's a tool that actually Adobe will line it up for you. Do you use that tool?
No, I just look for a voice cue. Whatever's said. It's easy. to
Claps
line
are
up
so
that way.
easy, though.
Yeah, claps are.
But I stopped basing it off of that because I just got so lost sometimes that
I agree with that, yeah.
I look for.
And then when you gotta line it up anyway because the freaking camera dies,
Yeah.
you have to voice cues anyway.
So I just do the vocal cues. That's what I've gotten used to.
Man, Thane was gone all day today.
He's gonna go to work in an hour and a half.
He left our home before I did,
Where's he been at all day?
helping his sister move.
Yeah, he left it it was probably like 9 o'clock when he left this morning.
Yeah,
Thane,
that's
how,
right.
Thane, how does it feel to put in like almost a full 24 hours worth of work after you get home
Well,
from work?
I've got a question.
What?
Who did you help move?
My sister?
Which one?
What do you mean 24 hours?
You woke up at 9 this morning to go work, to go help your sister, and you just got home at 7:30. Let's say, give you 30
Okay.
minutes, and then you got to go back to work in an hour and a half.
Okay.
So my question is,
Okay.
is Thane's phone is dead. So does that mean how much did he actually work? Question mark.
Well, you see, it was a 2-hour car drive, and the battery went from 85% because it didn't charge last night. So it went from 85% all the way down to 49%, and then the car drive home, when I looked at it, was 2%.
You're like, oh fuck.
So no music the whole way home.
No, I listened to music the whole way home. I just noticed when I got back home, it's like, oh shoot,
Oh.
2%. Should put it on the charger.
I see.
But then it
And it-
died.
Yeah, and then it died.
Rip phone, Chan.
I think it's good. Isn't it good to let your phone die? Like let the
Well,
battery
just turn it
completely
off.
I think
drain?
it's a myth.
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to reset it
I have
occasionally.
no
Yeah.
idea, Sky. I've heard that too. All
Well,
my life
I've heard it too,
with
but
lithium-ion batteries specifically.
I looked into it a while ago. I didn't need to re-look into it because I don't remember. But there was one guy that I think it was Linus Tech Tips, to be honest, that was talking about it, and he was saying that if you wanted to like optimize your battery forever, then you'd charge it like after it gets to 80% or something. You always make sure that it stays up high. I can't remember. I
yeah,
can't.
that sounds right.
Yeah, something like that.
But the problem is like I don't want my phone to die, because when's an optimal time for it to die? You know?
Yeah,
It's not when you're going to bed, because that's when you need to charge it for the next day.
Yeah.
exactly.
You can't let it die during the middle of the day, because it's like, well, crap. Now
I
I've
don't
got it
want
for the
to
rest
turn
of the
my
day.
phone off because that's my alarm. So if my phone's off,
That's
no
another
alarm.
good point. Yeah.
That thing's screwed.
He's like,
So,
I ain't waking up.
One of my biggest worries is, so I have the Amazon device do
Yeah.
my alarm,
Uh-huh.
but I'm always, because this has happened before, I'm always worried that the internet's going to disconnect in the middle of the night. It's not going to give me my alarm. And so I always set an alarm on my phone as well.
Yeah, I'm a dual alarm
I
guy
do
as
both
well.
both of them as well. It's just like, how come we just can't get an alarm clock like in the good old days? And
You
that
can.
actually works.
You can.
They're
Yeah, it's called-
unavailable nowadays.
It's called Alexa.
It's impossible to find them.
Alexa, play Zach Brown Band.
It's impossible.
Alexa, play Dave Matthews.
Alexa, play Mumford and Sons.
It's Alexa.
Alexa,
Alexa, set a music alarm to Luke Keith Urban. Sorry. Luke Bryan.
Luke Toby Keith.
Shoot. Oh my gosh. This will be great because the vlog video is coming out tomorrow. Actually, I need to make a thumbnail. The vlog video is coming out on Friday. Or the
Came out on
It
Friday.
came out on Friday. And in it, there's a little clip of me arguing with my Alexa. Sky's just listening and arguing. I'm arguing with my Alexa, yelling at it. I'm like, set a music alarm to my alarm playlist on Spotify for 7:30. I just kept yelling.
You want to know the weather outside?
No, it'd be like setting a music alarm to Keith Urban's Horses in the Back.
Setting alarm to Rob Thomas' solo album.
Yeah, something like that. That's randomest stuff. But the effing funniest thing ever is Skylar was in there watching, like, what I had the audio up so we could hear the skit, and in the video you hear me clearly say at one point, Alexa, set a music alarm for this. My Alexa pops off, does it word for word that time. And the funniest kick about it all, I tried it again last night just for fun, didn't work. Didn't work. I have no idea what happened. A freaking audio recording of myself months ago works, but this, I can't get it in real
What
life.
if you said it?
just
What if
giving you the bird, dude?
What if you
much.
changed that playlist name to something else? What if
I
you changed
did it
to
5 times.
Alexa, play or set alarm to playlist banana.
Dude,
That'd be a lot easier to hear instead
in the
of
video-
Maya, wake up playlist,
in
please.
the video, you see me do it multiple different times, just changing different alarms. In fact, Skylar comes in, I go, Skylar, what should I change it to? And he said Cole's Morning Wood. So I changed it to Cole's Morning Wood. It still didn't get it. It still didn't get it. It's so dumb. So dumb.
Yeah, dude, it was funny. Like, it was one of those you had to be there moments. Like, I think my phone captured good enough. But the fact that it was like 1 a.m. and I sat and I listened for about 5 minutes before I got up and started to record it. Because you just hear this, Alexa, play Cole's Wake Up playlist. And it's like, playing Bob Ross. And then Cole's like, no, you stupid robot. And I'm laying in my bed. And every 5 minutes, he's yelling at the robot.
I hate it so much. I hate that little robot so much. It is the worst thing in the world. It's just become a habit where I always go, when I go to bed, Alexa, set an alarm for 7:30 a.m. I always do that. But the stupidest things ever is every once in a while it's like, oh, did you know I can do this? I'm like, I don't care. Shut up.
We're past that point in our relationship.
Or like,
We're not friends anymore.
the other times I do use it is in the morning when I'm getting ready for work. I'm like, Alexa, what time is it? And it's like, oh, it is 9:34. Also, have a wonderful. I'm like, shut up! I don't want to hear you.
You know?
I just want to hear the time. That's it. No, have a great day today, honey. Like, shut up, stupid robot.
When Alexa takes over the world, Cole's dying first.
I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I treat him so bad. My FBI agent's like, dang, dude, this kid. Ooh,
He's mean.
he's a rude guy.
Be like, if it's like alarm schedule set. Also, have a nice day. I'd be like, Alexa, if I wanted a mother, I would have told you, Alexa, call mom.
Dang, you
Like
guys are
calling
both
mom.
mean to your Alexas.
What about the day when Alexa like just knows you live in a smart house and there's like cameras everywhere and you're laying in bed, you're doing your nightly routine or whatever, and then Alexa's like, "Would you like me to play hentai for you?" And you're like, "No, I want to go to bed." Yeah, your mom or girlfriend's in there with you. She's like, "Wait, why is Alexa asking if you want to watch hentai at 11 p.m.?" Don't ask me. I don't know. Did you say something?
And she's saying go to the bathroom for 30 minutes. Like, would you like to...
No, that's what it is. You go in the bathroom and Alexa asks you, "Yeah, do you want to play Kenny G with some hentai in the background?" Like, no.
as well as what's one of his favorite streamers?
Do you want me to open up an incognito tab of hentai for you?
What's Thing's streamer friends? Not friends, but the ones he
Germa.
watches.
Germa.
Germa is like, would you like me to open up 5 tabs? One of Germa, one of hentai, one of Bob Ross, one of one of Cookie Clicker.
I just want to say, wow, okay.
I forgot about that.
They don't even at me
That's
in
a
the vlog video.
throwback.
Also in the
That's a
vlog video, I caught
throwback.
Bane playing Cookie Clicker.
I haven't
walked
played
in the
that
car.
in months.
That's a throwback. Holy crap.
I haven't played that in months. How
Dude,
dare
I used to
you?
play Cookie Clicker at work all the time because my computer was just always on. So I'm like, might as well be cookie clicking.
So
I had so many cookies, like
I just
billions
wanna
upon
say-
billions.
I pity the mom who's named Alexa in this day because the kids be like, Alexa, make me a sandwich.
So,
It's like, shut up.
You bring up an interesting point, Thane, and this is one of my biggest problems with Amazon is why in the world did they name their robot Alexa? We got Siri. No one's going to say Siri just in general. Google. Maybe you might say Google in general, but then Samsung says Bixby. You're never saying that, ever.
Well, what happened to
Alexa, you're always saying
Good old
that. Your
little
TV
Bixby.
thinks it thinks your TV's saying Alexa. It's
What
like,
happened to Cortana though? I thought Windows was gonna roll with
that's
that.
yeah, I mean, they still got that, but you also don't say Cortana either. Like, why don't they just pick something you'd never say?
No one ever says Cortana.
Exactly, that's what I
discussing
mean.
Halo.
Oh,
Like,
you're saying
Amazon should
pick
have picked something you never say,
Oh,
like
so-
all these other companies
Unless
did.
someone has like a romantic tie to
Like-
her. I'm like, oh, Cortana.
Like everyone's
yeah.
talking
Yeah.
Halo in the house 24/7. It's like,
yeah,
I
he's
wonder in
playing.
Halo Infinite what are they gonna do about
he's
Cortana?
playing- he's
It's
playing,
like, would you like to help me with something? I was like, no, we're talking about Halo.
He's like, he's playing Halo Infinite in your match. He goes, "We gotta stop Cortana," or something like that. And he's
It's
just
Bone
like,
Cortana.
huh?
It's Bone Cortana.
No,
Yeah,
because
no,
in
no,
the
no.
story they're stopping her.
And then
Yeah.
if force closes you out of your game. So, what would you like to do?
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Dude, that's funny because that also reminds me back when the Xbox One first came out and everybody had the Kinects because they came with them.
Yeah.
And they were always connected. Everyone always had our Kinects connected. And so if you were like saying stuff and you heard some kid in a Call of Duty lobby, like you hear his like Xbox turn on because like, you know, like starts popping. Oh, what would you like to hear? Then everybody starts screaming, Xbox turn off! And every once in a while someone will leave the lobby because their Xbox got shut down
Oh, that's
from it.
Boston.
So good.
yeah, I've
dude.
heard about that. It's
Oh,
messed
it was
up.
funny.
turn off.
It was so funny when you actually got to see it. It was such a good time.
How could they do that to my favorite waifu, Cortana? Make her the bad guy?
Wait, said no one ever? Like, do people actually think Cortana's a waifu?
Remember when we talked about the Area 51?
Yeah.
Thane might have been one of those 50,000 people we talked about.
Oh,
He totally was.
Thane,
That
have you-
reaction.
Then have you huffed it to Cortana?
Huff
Uh,
paint.
I just think,
He's
he's
huffing Microsoft Paint. Stop him.
what if one of your favorite side characters was the bad guy, legitimately? What if Falco just became a bad guy?
He has Sky. It's confirmed.
Yeah.
He didn't
See how
deny
he-
it.
See how he tried to
He
jump?
tried diverting the conversation.
But
'cause
I
he
don't
didn't
even know
wanna-
where he took it. Where'd you take that?
You
don't-
mentioned Cortana and still don't like.
Oh, I understood the
that clip.
relation. He just didn't want to talk about how he schmuffed off to Cortana.
Yeah, I jerked off Cortana once. What about it?
Told you, he's one of the
yeah,
50,000.
he's creepy.
The part where
One in
the part
four
where
people
Cortana
have jerked
touches
off
him.
to
It's like I've been waiting to do that for so long. I was like,
That's a radkatz fact.
it's a spicy
that-
jerk.
What if Cortana just stated that fact? Where it's like, you want fun fact of the day? It's like, I didn't want to know that.
People have smirked off to me.
No.
And I take that as a compliment. Oh my goodness,
Guys,
this is the Radcats podcast, by the
welcome to
way.
episode-
Welcome.
Episode 23 of Talking Rad.
Oh.
So before we get going, I got a couple things I want to talk about before Zay jumps in.
Wait, I gotta.
That's fine.
Bye, Zay.
This is actually Zay's episode of the podcast, by the way. He's gonna be the host. But so I had a
Just gotta
thought
get the props.
before we start. Is Colby, how would you like one time to host the podcast? Would that be fun for you?
She said, "Sure."
Okay. Do you need a microphone?
She said she's hosting this one through Zay. I'm gonna say everything she says. She doesn't have a microphone.
Well, I think it would be good call, Thane. I think it would be fun though, like for you to host the podcast. I think that'd be cool. I mean, she says that she would like to. Oh, he is getting the mic for her.
He was getting a mic.
No, you're not getting ice cream.
No ice cream.
Speaking of ice cream, you know when I came back, I went to Dairy Queen, and they have so many
Dude,
options now.
I've missed Dairy Queen. We don't have a Dairy Queen here.
Yeah, we don't have a Dairy Queen here, and they have so many options. You get chicken strips. They have like
Can
5
you just
different
add it on
sauces.
the Fly Sky?
They have 5 different sauces to add.
Look at that.
Some of
you
you
sure
may like,
can.
oh, I already know this, but I
Add it
didn't.
right on the fly.
I haven't not been to Dairy Queen in such a long time. And also they had this new thing which is a tiramisu shake. And I don't know if you know what tiramisu is. I've never tried it, but it's like, oh, I should have. I didn't get it because I got the s'mores blizzard. But yeah, they're branching out with their stuff. And
Dude, Dairy Queen has the best soft serve ice cream of all time.
Yeah.
Don't at me.
oh yeah,
Where's your
I
input,
agree.
Colby?
Agree. Dairy Queen's
You
fire.
look like you want to say something. Go say something, Colby. You have a mic.
Dude, I'm
Yeah, you
glad
should
they
do a
have
mic
buffalo
check.
sauce for the chicken strips.
Say hello to everybody.
No, you're
Kinda.
fine. Just getting close.
Hello.
Hello.
That'll be fine.
So
louder.
today, this morning actually, I think it was about when you got home for lunch or whatever, Zay, when you were done with work. But I was recording some footage.
Like 3.
Probably. But I was recording.
You thought this morning.
I was, I was recording some footage for one of the episodes that I'm working on.
So it was you.
I accidentally.
Everyone in the Discord, Thick even called me. He's like, nice little short stream today, man. You know what he did?
Did he actually hit start
He
streaming?
ruined us, guys. Yes.
I didn't think anyone.
Everyone's been
it was
adding
like-
us all day.
It was like 2 minutes. I didn't think anyone would pick up on it. Like
That's hilarious.
I clicked the button and then I started fighting and then I looked over.
Was it Darksiders?
Yeah, it was Darksiders. But I clicked.
What was
No, I
could never do that again.
I
could
clicked
he?
the button, and then I just went about playing my business, and I even was having. I had a YouTube video playing in the background.
That's funny.
Clearly,
dude.
I just wasn't. I was in the zone, and then I looked back over, and then the button started flashing green for like the stream, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
uh-oh. So I already ended it, and then I didn't think anything. I was like, okay, nobody saw that. Like it was like a minute or two, maybe.
No.
But I'd have to look at the VOD. Same man immediately messages me, and he's like, "You didn't mean to go. You didn't mean to go live, did you?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Did you watch it?" He's like, "No, I got the notification, but I watched the whole VOD." I'm like, "Gosh,
Yeah, that's what Thick did too. He's like, I got the notification, went back and watched the VOD, and then 2 said he watched it as well.
That's so funny.
But it's just like I think it's like a minute and a half of me fighting a spider boss.
How hilarious would it have been if you didn't?
No.
No, you just played the rest of your game session.
I would end up on one of those Twitch compilations because my mic was on and I was sitting there just watching a YouTube video.
Well, you weren't saying anything bad though. You didn't like have a stripped down session, did you?
No, but I get
You didn't
pissed
all of a
lot.
sudden go, all right, done streaming or done recording. Don't click anything. Just pull up the hub. You didn't do that now, did this guy?
On stream.
No.
You forgot. Don't even stop recording because he doesn't think about it. He's like, oh, time to pull up the hub.
No, but like I commentate while I'm playing. Like I get pissed. I'm like, God, mother effer, like, dang it, f. So yeah, I'm glad that I noticed fast enough.
Nice.
But yeah, that's the first time ever that I've ever done that. Hopefully it's the last.
When I've gone to click record, I've hit start streaming and then I instantly just hit the button again and then hit record. I've never accidentally hit it and then just not even done anything about
It's
it.
almost like calling someone on accident, and you're like, oh no, you're gonna try to end it real quick.
yeah.
But Sky
man.
didn't though. Sky let it go.
Zay does that to me all the time.
What?
He
Calls you an
accidentally
accident?
calls you.
And
You
then
get-
And then
hangs
hangs
up.
up.
Oh.
I see it like ring once. I try and answer. I'm so excited. And
How
then he
often?
texts me after. Sorry, I didn't mean to call.
How often does Zay call you opposed to you calling him? Is it never? Like out of 10 times, out of 10, what would you say?
I'd say it's probably 4 to 6.
He calls me back a lot.
Hey,
so
I'm
how
reliable.
often, how often does he answer when you call out of 10 times?
I'd say 9.9.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
99.9.
But how often does he call you over
The
you
buzz.
calling him? Out of 10.
Answer it. It's truthful hour.
Well, now I get off of work later than him, and I call him every single time I get off of work, like as I'm driving.
Mm.
So
How far do you work from here? Do you work on the other end of town?
Yes.
That sucks. I work in the bad end of town too. But I'm like on the other side of the bad end of town. So like it's the bad end of town and then I'm past the bad end.
I'm even past yours.
Oh, so you're on the
Dang.
bad end of town because you're farther.
How long is your guys' drive?
Well, I'd say it's considered probably, but it's the good end of town.
Minute wise, how long is your guys' drive?
It's pretty
I'm
nice
curious.
over there.
Mine's between 12 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
For my job?
Yeah, for your job.
Mine is like, I don't know, like 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
5, baby.
5. Colby.
Yeah.
I would say like 50. I never drive from work directly to here. So
Oh, so you don't know the exact time. Okay.
No.
That's fair. That's fair.
What
It's
about
far.
from here to work? Do you go from here to work, or do you go from your house to work? From your
It's
house.
far.
How far is it from here to your house? And then from your house to work.
It's probably
You'd
like
be able to calculate
12
that.
minutes. No, more than that. At least 15.
To your
It's
house.
15 minutes to my house.
Yeah.
And then how far is it from your house to work?
probably around
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Gosh. So from
Wow.
here it'd be like a almost a 30-minute drive.
No, it'll probably be 20, because you don't know where her house is. Her house is not
Her
directly in
house-
the middle.
Her house is closer to there, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Closer to
okay.
her
So
work,
yeah, it's
but-
probably like 20 minutes then.
Mine's
So
about
far.
15-ish, about 12 to 15, just like you, Sky. And it's kind of funny because I leave the house almost exactly the same time every single day, all the time, just because I know exactly how long it takes to get there.
Same.
That's pretty much you guys, huh?
Yeah.
It's weird how you get into that little rut. You know when you
call
got
it a rut?
Yeah.
You call it a rut instead of a routine.
it's a rut, yeah. I'm stuck in it, dude. I want to get out.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm sitting down next to you talking about crabs, guy?
We're trying to get famous. We're trying to make
Ooh, ooh.
money.
Let me get out of the
how's that
rut.
one? It's the rut teen, but it's the ooh, I gotta get out of here. Who sings that
Yeah.
one?
I gotta get that's
Outta
Reliant
here.
K.
Reliant K.
I'm begging you.
I'm begging you to be my escape.
I wanna get out of
Giving
here.
up. I'm giving up slowly.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I saw Reliant K in concert once.
Yeah, you
I'm so
told me that.
jealous.
It
Dude.
was
That's
one of the
cool.
chillest concerts ever.
That's
I
cool.
did not expect it at all. Everyone was just kind of going,
Did you know they were a
were
Christian
jumping.
band?
I didn't know until my math teacher told me about
Dude,
it.
There's so many excellent rock bands out there that are like, oh yeah, we like Jesus too. And it's like, well, they were a Christian rock band before they were
But
huge.
you
I
know,
mean, they
you
still
knew the
are a
math
Christian
teacher,
rock
right?
band,
You knew
but-
my math teacher?
No, give me his letter.
G. U. M.
I
Oh
know, I
yeah,
know.
mustache guy.
No. M.
Oh,
the
M.
lady?
Yeah, the lady.
Yeah, she was into
She
rock
likes
and roll.
She was into Christian
Yeah.
rock. So I was leaving her class to go, and she's like, "Oh, where you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to a concert." She's like, "Oh, what band's playing?" I'm like, "Oh, Reliant K." She's like, "Oh, I love them," and I'm like, "What the heck?
That day-
What are you talking
That day,
about?"
Cole's like, oh no.
Then I realized
can't be friends with
Cole
you.
tried to sell
realized-
his tickets. He's like, oh no.
I realized what kind of a band Reliant K was when I actually got to the concert. I really realized because it was just so mellow, dude. Nobody
Yeah.
was jumping, nothing was going on.
There was no marijuana smoke.
There was nothing, dude. It was crazy. Like, you know how some
Nice.
concerts, like, the entire floor is just covered with people?
Yeah.
There's maybe, like, 30 people up front. The rest of them are all sitting down in chairs.
Oh, everyone's chilling.
It was just chill. It was so
But
weird.
they play some pretty hard rock songs.
Yeah, you'd think. I mean, I thought. That's
Well,
why I went there.
So another band that's huge that's a Christian band is Skillet, and
Yeah.
Skillet's heavy metal, dog.
Well, I've been thinking Breaking Benjamin is a little bit too.
Are they?
I've noticed some of their
outright.
I
I
know
don't not outright, but some of their lyrics are a little bit more
I know
Christian-y.
Switchfoot is.
Oh, they're
Switch
the
for your-
strongest will survive.
Switchfoot. That's probably I'd say they're more mainstream than like just more like they have some songs that made it like cross over to mainstream.
What is
like
Switchfoot
bigger than
sing?
Skillet or
Oh, yeah,
Reliant
yeah,
K.
yeah. I'd
Oh,
agree.
yeah.
I'd say that's probably their band's one of the biggest bands like as far as like mainstream appeal.
Can you
Fits their
jog my
name, right?
memory of what Switchfoot sings?
We were learn to live for
okay.
so much more. Then what's the other one they sing? The other huge one.
It's I dare you
Yeah,
to live.
yeah. That one's from a chick flick my mom used to watch. It's from
Never happened.
A Walk to Remember. You
Okay,
seen that?
yeah.
Have you seen that one,
Yeah.
Colby?
Dare you to
Yeah.
move.
Yes.
Yeah, those are some bangers.
Yeah, I know that movie. My sister likes it.
You like it too, don't
My
you?
mom really likes it.
Who doesn't like that show?
I mean, I don't know. It's fun,
It's
but
been
like,
way too long. I don't know.
I've
what
never
it's about
seen
at
it.
all.
Sad ending.
yeah, every romantic
I've never seen it.
like movie comes out now. It's like, oh yeah, they fall in love, but then someone dies of cancer.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
Yeah, some
I
of them
mean,
make it
like
over, Sky.
The Notebook. Yes, they die, but they're old.
They have kids.
What's the other one? The really Fault in Our Stars. Same. It's like the same thing. They both get cancer or something.
And then you're also
Starring
thinking
Baby
about
Driver.
Up. The guy's wife dies in
Well,
Up.
that's not a
That's the
romance
beginning.
movie. It's just the
Hey,
first
hey,
10
hey,
minutes.
hey. She dies.
Hey, I guess you're not
But
wrong.
they get the house to the cliff.
Yeah.
Thanks,
They
Balloon.
do
that,
make it,
that
yeah.
That good lover named Cliff. Yeah.
Shout out to Ernest. Was that his name?
I don't know.
What's the old guy's
I
name?
know the little kid's name is
Russell.
Russell. Yeah.
I can't remember what the old man's name. Do you remember his name is?
Is it Walter? I
Is
wanna
it
say it's
Carl?
Walter. I think it's Walter.
No, I know for sure that it's not Breaking Bad.
Hey, don't say that.
What?
I'm gonna look it up. I'll look
I'll
it up.
check, I'll check.
Are you looking at it? Okay. He could be a Carl. He could be a Walter. He could be a Rutherford. He could be a
Carl Fredrickson.
Oh.
Dang.
Carl. Nice job,
Friedrichsen.
Colby.
So
Carl Friedrichsen.
back in high
Bro,
school.
that's 2009. Holy crap.
Yeah, back in
Wow.
high
No
school.
way, really.
I
Back
wish
in
I-
high school,
I wish
used
I
to
had
bust
this
it to the
photo.
dance.
But there was this old guy that lives in our hometown. Looks just like Carl Fredrickson.
No idea who you're talking
Fredrickson.
about.
I can't remember his name.
Couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell you either. I don't know his freaking name. I just saw the man because we did this. There's this thing that they do every year in our hometown called the National Dance Festival, where people from all over different countries
Yeah.
come to our town and then they like show off
Why
their
they don't go
culture.
to
and
our
dances.
town? Our town's
I
tiny.
think it's because there's a group of people in our town that put it on. I know a couple of them. Like if I were to say the last name of Handy, it would ring some bells.
little tiny little bells ringing in there.
Yeah, but anyway, I think that they help. They're on the committee that helps put it on. I went to one committee meeting because I had to, because I was one of the leaders that would like make sure that nobody's doing drugs or having sex.
Are you
And
the dancer?
no,
Dang,
no.
this guy. I wanted
But
to see you
anyway, the
dance.
point is at the very end of the whole thing, we had this huge party at somebody's house, and it was this old dude who looked 100% identical to this guy.
He has
And
the
there
big
was
old
a-
glasses and
Yeah,
stuff.
he had the glasses, the haircut, everything, the square looking face. I was blown away. There was a little Asian boy from Korea that
You
looked
walked-
just like Russell. And I was like, no. So we put him by each other.
I'm in the Matrix.
We took
Take a damn picture.
we took pictures of it, dude. And it was on my old flip phone that would flip this way, and I would type.
Oh, it's probably
Yeah.
it's like 14 pixels. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, horrible quality. I gotta see if I can find the
That
phone.
horrible quality photo will help us actually tell
Yeah.
what it looks like them, right?
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I have that picture
Fill in the
somewhere.
gaps.
I wish we had an HD photo. Just
Wait till the day where you could just like plug into my brain and go look at all the horrible images. I've seen in my
That
life.
kid's
Just
probably
like
back
Johnny
home is like,
Mnemonic.
dang, that stupid American made me take a picture because they thought it looked like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
It was funny, but everybody saw it too. They're like, "Oh yeah, that looks like Russ and Grandpa." Fred,
Carl.
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 You can't do that. That kills people.
Carl.
Have you seen those llama videos that I
Yeah.
just? I don't
Carl,
think
you
would
can't
have.
do that. That kills
Have you never?
people.
Have you never seen that, Sky? Zay?
oh, it's the two
Yeah.
llamas.
Yeah.
I have seen it.
Llamas with hats.
They're kind of
horrible.
funny. I've only watched
It's
like
so
the first
violent.
one. It was a bit. I always related that to like the modern age Charlie the Unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
or
by the
I always
same
related
guys.
that to there's
It's by
a
the
few
exact
videos.
same guys.
Was it really?
Yes. Llamas with hats and Charlie Unicorn by the exact
That's
same
hilarious.
people.
I remember because I always associate that with like the Salad Fingers guy as well.
Oh
That-
my
that
gosh,
kinda
yeah,
humor.
salad
That
fingers.
kinda humor.
Hello.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Salad fingers was way out there.
That
Holy
was
crap!
weird.
If you've
Have you
not
seen that,
seen
Sky?
salad
Oh,
fingers,
it's weird. It
You're
makes
in
me
a
feel weird.
feeling
on
of
the
rust
inside.
Yeah.
makes
That's
you're
what it's
in
supposed to
a
do.
happy place. Pretty
The
much.
feeling of rust is orgasmic.
Maybe you guys can help me with this. I don't remember what it's called, but it's not a kids show, but it's like a whole bunch of people dressed up in costumes, and the video slowly gets more dark and demented
Oh,
at the end.
please hug me. I'm scared.
Don't hug me, I'm
Yeah,
scared.
Don't hug me, I'm
yeah,
scared.
yeah,
They're not
yeah.
costumes though, isn't it? Like animations.
Two of them are puppets. One of them is actually like a costume.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
puppets. I
Yeah,
guess.
dude,
That's
that's a-
legendary.
That's
What's your
sketchy.
favorite idea? Mine is thinking creatively.
It's a good show, dude.
How
It's
do you-
kinda
good,
fun,
no,
yeah.
it's
What,
good.
what is it? Is it just somebody?
It's supposed to portray. You ask what it portrays, like what it's supposed to
Yeah,
be.
like what
It's
is
supposed
it?
to portray like some sort of like political system, like I don't know if it was the UK or something like that thing. Do you know where it's at?
Oh no. Yeah, it's in
okay.
the UK. I
It-
don't know.
it's like some sort of political system. It's supposed to
That's-
be like it's like satire. It's like to
Yeah.
represent that. Like what's the name of that book? Pig. What's it called? The Farm.
The
Animal
Animal Farm.
Animal Farm. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like that. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
representing something like that.
I'm not gonna lie. When I read Animal Farm back in high school, went over my head completely.
Really? What about 1984?
No, I like that one.
I've
Okay.
never read that one, but dude, Animal Farm was freaking awesome.
I felt bad
I
because
liked Animal Farm a lot.
I liked 1984, but I definitely didn't read it all. There were times when I was like, crap, dude, I need to get
Huh?
done to this chapter by the next day for school.
Mhm.
So I just
Yeah.
skimmed it or checked out Spark Notes. But I read the
Yeah.
majority of it. I feel bad I didn't finish it completely.
I watched
though.
the cartoon of Animal Farm, which was like pretty much one for
Just
one
Peppa
with the
Pig?
book. No, it was like a Disney cartoon kind of. I don't think it was
Oh,
by
really?
Disney, but it was like I think MGM did it.
Okay.
But like yeah, like it. you wouldn't want to show it to your kids because that cartoon is dark.
Well,
like you
the
can
whole
mistake
book's kind of dark too.
You can mistake it for like a Looney Tunes cartoon or a Disney cartoon. But holy crap, that scene where they kill Snowball, it's like, dang.
Spoilers.
You kids would be like,
For like a very old book, right?
Hey.
The book came out in the 50s.
And then the ending's straight up horrifying. Like when the pigs start turning into humans, you're like, ah, it's the same.
Yeah, that book was a lot, but like
Yeah.
I understood most of it.
And then the
I'm surprised
donkey
you didn't
kills
understand
them
it.
all.
Because you definitely read it in school, Sky, and the teachers were definitely explaining it to us. That's how I knew what it was.
Maybe I did understand. I just don't remember. All I remember is like the pigs were like the rulers, right? They were like
they're
the sledge,
leaders.
the iron hammer rulers.
So the thing is, the pigs overthrow the farmer.
Yeah.
And so then
That's how they became the rulers.
there's two pigs. One was named Napoleon. One was named Snowball. Napoleon was kind of like Stalin, and Snowball was like that other guy I can't remember the name of. But
Lenin?
What?
Lenin?
Not Lenin. Another guy. Who,
Russian? Was it a Russian guy? Or
Yeah,
different?
it was like Russia. It was like parallel to what was happening in Russia.
The guy before Stalin.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
that he had him killed, but with an ice pick. They found him and killed him with an ice pick.
Yeah.
So then they kill Snowball, and it's like, oh, Snowball, no, and the
it
dogs
really
come and
goes
kill him.
crazy.
And then the donkey kind of like Napoleon's kind of like the protagonist, but he's like the bad guy. And then the donkey comes in, is like, and he sees through the window that the pigs that are taking over becoming the farmers, and you're like, are like just like the farmers, like they look like men. It's like no, and then like donkey gets all the animals together and just
Want to be
overthrows them.
crazy?
What was the name of the horse? Remember?
I don't remember.
I was gonna say it would be crazy if like someone wrote like a continuation of that as a modern day Russia. Like
Yeah.
had someone that became Putin or something like that.
Yeah.
Like an animal that never dies and now he's his leader.
You know, another fun one that we read back in high school was The Giver. I think The Giver's The Giver's really fun.
That book's phenomenal.
Like,
Yeah.
because correct me if I'm wrong, but the overarching theme is like kind of like remembering yourself and being very creative. Is that correct? It's like breaking free from
societal norms.
You think?
yeah, pretty much breaking free from the line.
Yeah,
like everybody
you
walks
think-
in the line, and you got to think
Yeah.
differently. Like being an individual, I guess.
Yeah, I could see that.
At first I interpret the book as the end is they kind of like die because they're trying to like, look, there's civilization. They're heading towards like light, and these people look like angels. Like, oh, they died. That's pretty bleak.
It could
But
be.
then there was a semi-sequel book, and this is, oh no, he survived.
Was
It's
it
like,
written by the same person?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's like, oh well, so much for that ambiguous ending. I thought
I was
of.
so mad when I read The Giver and they got to the end and it was ambiguous. I hate ambiguous endings so much. I just want it to be cut and dry and tell me
Yeah.
how it happened.
So what about Inception then? You say Inception's one of your favorite movies.
That's different though, because I felt like it was pretty cut and dry. Sure, there was a little bit of ambiguity with the top at the end, but like, you don't know. Like it could have been the end.
Yeah.
Like with The Giver, there was clearly not an ending.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Inception, there was an end.
But it could go either way.
Exactly, yeah. But you could tell like there was an ending
I
for that.
see, I
Giver
see.
was like he went down a hill on a sled. Oh, lights! There it is. The end. What happened? We don't know. That's just dumb.
Because
I
the
hate that
author
so
wrote
much.
2 books in the same universe. You can go read those if you want.
Do you guys remember that book where this guy crashed in a plane in like a Canadian forest? He had to
The
survive.
Hatchet.
The Hatchet. that's
Dude, the
what it was.
Hatchet.
With Brian,
And
right?
then- yeah, and then
I
My
never
Side of
read.
the Mountain.
I never read
Bro,
Hatchet.
that's a
I don't
cool
remember the other
story.
side
My
of
Side of
the
the
Mountain.
Mountain's like the sequel
I
to the
haven't read that one in
Hatchet.
so long. That was a good story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're both great.
I like that. Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, if you guys don't read books, you should, or at least listen to them. Listen to audiobooks. Books are fascinating. You can learn a lot. Like, there's a lot of, like, real-world circumstances that are put in fictional books, and it's really fun to make comparisons, or make the connections, rather.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Well, Zay is the leader. What do we do, Leader Zay?
Speaking
What
about learning things.
I'm learning.
Zay's the best at doing transitions, by the way. Cole's pretty good. I suck hot trash, and Thane doesn't
Oh.
even try.
Well, Thing tried that last time.
Thane
Did
had
you
a
do
good
good?
one
He had a
last
good
time.
one last time.
He had one good
Well,
one last
it was
time.
it was like
What was it?
phenomenal.
I don't remember. I don't remember what it was.
He did pretty well. Thane, you were set up, but you drove the car right in
Yeah.
the garage. You did great.
Nice parking job.
Okay, so the kind of the theme there's a lot of questions. They can go pretty into depth. So if we can answer how much time we got.
I have no idea. I started the clock late. I'd say we're around like 40 minutes.
Because I
almost
remember
35
looking
minutes.
at the TV at like probably 8:10.
Let's just go till we
Go.
Okay. Till we can't no. So the overall theme is being your own teacher.
Okay.
Oh no, Thane moaned right away.
He taught himself something.
So it doesn't have to be an in-depth answer, but my question to you is, what does education mean to you?
Education,
Yes.
just what you learn.
Okay. Is that your
Or
answer? Final
learning,
answer?
Learning something.
Okay. Learning something. All right.
I don't know. I guess education to me is learning something new that you can apply to your daily life. Like learning something that is helping you along your human journey.
That's such a Skylar answer.
Because I hated school, but I love learning. Like,
hey.
learning-
No one said anything about school, Sky.
Well, I'm just saying, like, school's where you go to learn, and I did not like school, but I love learning. Like, there was aspects of school that I was so fascinated with. Then there was other aspects where I'm like, God, I'm just wasting my life away. Stay in school, kids. Yeah, education's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least get your high school
What about you,
GED.
Thane? What does it mean to you?
At least get your high school GED, even though high school seems.
Well, if
I
you didn't
have
drop
found
out,
no
you could still
point.
graduate.
I found no point with high school.
But
Hey, you
no,
want
that's
to learn
not
how to
the
do
question.
taxes?
That's not the question. Hey,
What?
see what you did, Sky?
Sorry,
See what you
education.
did?
This guy's fault.
What was the question again, Sky? Sky got me off track.
Hashtag blame Sky.
Sorry.
What does
Thane,
education mean?
What does
to you?
education mean to you?
Uh,
What is education to you?
if you want it, you can have it, but you gotta go reach up there and grab it. If you want to be educated, you gotta be dedicated.
Yeah.
And that was a
I like
Weezer
that.
song. That was a Weezer song.
I was
by
gonna
the
say
way.
you sing like some freaking Queen lyrics.
No, that's Weezer. If you want it, ooh, you can have it. Ooh. Yeah. I'm not really good in an academic setting. I like my own pace. But so if I want to learn something, I'll go find a way to learn it.
All right.
Who needs school?
And that's what today's podcast is all about.
Sponsored by
Cool.
school.
What does education mean to you?
Sponsored
Doesn't have to be
by
in depth
University.
answer, but
Life is where we learn.
oh my gosh, what song is that?
I got one. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Is that The Hobbit?
Oh,
Closing time.
Every new beginning. comes from
My brother
some
posted on
other
Facebook back in high school one time,
beginning's
and I
end.
freaking called him out on it in the post. It's freaking roasted.
What'd you say?
I'm like, that's closing time.
That's a song!
That's a song. Get it right, Dad.
He's just posting
Because,
lyrics.
The only reason I did it was because people were saying things like, "Wow, that's really good" and stuff like that. I'm like, that's a
Oh, I was
song.
gonna say that. Those are lyrics. That's cool.
It's funny.
I think posting lyrics is cool.
I think it's fine, but if you're posting it as if you're trying to be like yourself.
what about you, Zay? What does learning mean to you? Education.
I'd say education is something that you can learn and keep with you. It's not something that kind of just like fades into like fades out of your memory. It's something that you can keep with you and then apply to your life. So I think it is.
You know, based on all of our answers, I think that says a lot about ourselves.
Well, what do you take from it? What's your observation?
Like, I'm a pretty basic, generic dude. I just say it's learning something. And then you guys all these a little bit of a deeper things. And my comment to you, Sky, that was a very Sky answer. Like I knew exactly what I was getting when Zay was asking that question.
Uh-huh.
And then Thane, you know, it's
Pretty Thane
it's
answer.
pretty
yeah.
Thane thing to
Thane-ish.
say, yeah. Where he first kind of like changes it
Uneducated.
a little bit, but eventually gets back into it. And Zay's is
won't
similar
get
to
into
Sky's,
it,
but not
like
as
a
in
sex
depth as
machine.
Sky's was.
All right.
Colby's just trolling
I
over
want to
there.
get into it like a
Yeah,
sex
Colby's-
machine.
Colby's trolling. All right, so now my next question is going to be, it's a real barn burner.
Hey, nice.
It's a,
Animal Farm.
great. What's the greatest lesson you took away from formal education? One single lesson. If you had to pick one from formal education throughout all of your schooling years, what would it be?
Cue the short answers.
Yes.
Oh, for sure mine would just be like to do your work, because I didn't even my teachers didn't teach me this. I just realized this from school. It's basically like do your work or life's going to suck. If you don't do your
Yeah.
work, it's not good. You're not going to have a good life.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, I agree with that.
What about you, Thane?
You'll never be young again.
All right, Thane. Did your teacher just drill that into your head every day?
No, I learned that from experience. Be like, man, when I got to the adult world, it's like, man, I would really like to be back in high school.
Yeah, I feel that way sometimes.
You want to go back in high school?
Back in high school, I used to
Ooh.
bust it.
Thane, high school. Thane, high school never ends though.
High
Oh,
school.
oh, 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 oh.
Oh.
I don't know, man. I don't even know if mine's necessarily with learning, but like, there were teachers that I really liked, and one of them really just taught me to not be a dick. She just said, be a good person, and good things will happen. And
That's-
so I've always tried to be like that.
That's a lesson. That's something you learned.
Okay, yeah. Well,
That's formal education. You
but, like-
learn that within the school.
yeah, I didn't learn. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I didn't learn from a book. She taught me though. Yes,
Exactly,
yes.
but that's something you still learned within the realms of high school,
yeah,
which is a great lesson.
that's probably my number one.
Nice.
I guess also with being young, I'd say while you're at it, try to take opportunities as quickly as you can. Try to get to, like, if you think you can grab an opportunity, grab it as conveniently as possible.
You got a lot of free time when you're in
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah. And if
Dang.
you think I want to
Abuse
do
that free time.
Dane.
I said, if I want to do this, no. If I want
That's
to
what
do
things do
this,
in
if
high
I want
school.
to do something, I better stick with it, or else do something else. because you gotta be committed.
Yeah, I agree.
You gotta be committed.
So don't give up. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, never give up.
What about you, Zay?
All right. Mine that I learned within the realms of high school or just school now at all. Mine's kind of like it's. Depending on how you look at it, it could be sad or it can be not that sad. So all the things that happened or that you experienced, like all the people you met or all the relationships that you had at the time or formed, a lot of things will go away and you won't have those anymore, but you always have like the memories and those like thoughts that, things you can remember from that time. Those stay with you. So, I guess, I don't know. I guess that's kind of, it's not really a lesson, but there's things that I cherish. So
You know what's
I don't
interesting
know.
though is
just relationships, I guess.
I remember you saying that too. It was like Zay was a senior and I was in a grade below him, so I was a junior. I was in 11th grade at the time, but he said that to me. I remember that. He's like, dude, it's weird, because I think you were about to graduate, but you said that to me. You were like, dude, it's really weird that all of these people that I spent the last 10 years of my life with every single day, I'm probably not going to see again or ever talk to after we walk out of graduation. I'm like,
Very
yeah,
true, very true.
that's, dude, like, even buddies that I hung
Yep.
out with every day in school, I haven't seen in probably 5 years since we graduated, pretty much.
Agree.
Yeah, that's crazy. It is really crazy how your whole perspective of it shifts, because you really think you're going to see these people again, but and that's not just with school though. That's later in life as well. Maybe you meet some coworker that you hit it off or something with, and then you think you're going to hang out, then you move away and you never talk to them ever again too. So same things really.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I realized that about my life, whenever I do transition to something else that like I'm moving or something, I will tell people that I got pretty close to, all right, well, see you later. I'll probably never see you again ever in my life. And they go, wow, that's really sad. I'm like, but true. And they go, yeah, probably.
And you high five. And then you high five.
Oh.
All right, Colby, what's yours?
Okay, so I'm still in a formal education setting.
Flip it.
So-
But come on,
Is that the right way?
Yeah.
it says back on it, so the back says back.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
I can't read it, but if you
I
says
just always
that, you're
watch
fine.
the sound waves. It doesn't look
Yeah,
like
if
it's
it
ever
says you're
that high.
fine.
I think she's just a little bit quiet.
Colby, quit being quiet. Just
Belt it into there.
Okay, so I'm still in a formal education setting, and I would say that what I've learned is, well, first of all, in high school, I feel like it was focused on relationships, and for me, it was all about the A's. So I feel like I had a lot of fun studying with people. And then as of now, I'd say that you'll only be as good as you commit to being, and that it goes much further. Learning goes much further than the grades and like the classroom.
Which
Yeah.
is freaking true.
Yeah, totally agree.
You're as good as you commit to being. Ain't that the damnest darn thing?
Dang.
So true.
Ain't that the
In anything though, any aspect of life.
Ain't
That's the yes, the most true. Yeah, most truthful thing I've ever heard.
ain't that anal sex?
No, this is tennis thing.
You're in the wrong class, sir.
Yeah, thing. This is not PE.
This is not the locker room to junior
Oh.
high thing.
I don't know.
Hey, Thane, there's an
I'm
app.
trying to
there's
make it
an
more
app for that.
lighthearted. Thane just takes it down this road
There's
every
an app for that
freaking
thing.
time.
You want me to sign you up for it? It's free.
We haven't had jokes
Let's make
in
Thane
a
a
while.
grinder account.
Whoa.
He's already had one.
He has already had one.
Is he swiping?
No.
On the daily?
Not with his hands.
Oh, shoot.
His feet.
All right, go
Yeah,
Zay.
it's his
Okay.
feet.
Anal sex me with girls.
This next one is nothing related to that.
Thanks. We're
Okay.
glad.
So this question is, what is one thing that you're currently learning about right now? It can be just one thing, like a skill or like a certain thing that you can be learning about or learning how to do. So yeah, I guess something along those lines.
For me, I've been learning about writing recently. And granted, I haven't like looked up writing things. I took a class back when I was in Boise, a writing class. So I've been kind of like pondering that stuff a little bit. Then I've also been thinking a lot about the shows and TV shows and books and stuff and crap like that I've read, and thought about like why did I like those and didn't like others? Like what was the writing different? What, I try to, I don't know. I really, one of my recent goals is to write something that really moves people in a sense. Kind of like how when I get done watching a movie or a TV show and I go, dang, that was good. That was some good stuff. It makes you feel, That's what I want to do someday, really bad. That's what I've been thinking about more is writing.
That'd be cool.
What do you want to write?
I don't know. A book. I don't know. We'll see.
I guess I meant like which media.
I have no idea which media. All I know is that I want to do something like that. It doesn't matter the media at this point. A book would be the easiest and most feasible in my current situation. I'd love it to be like a movie or a TV show, but cannot do that with our current setup. The way I'd want to do it anyway.
All right, Thane or Sky? Maybe we'll let Sky go first.
So I've been like really vibing with like 3D modeling and 3D animation and visual effects. So I've been trying to deep dive into a little app called Blender, which is a free 3D animation program.
Not sponsored, not an ad.
Not sponsored.
Yeah.
It's really fun. It's really cool. I made my first project. I made a donut.
Nice.
And it looks like a freaking legit donut. I'll have to show you guys. But I made a donut. Right now I'm working on, which I'm cheating because I did not make these rigs, but I'm working on Minecraft 3D animation.
Yeah, that's exactly how I did it back then.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's really cool. It's a whole new world that I did not know existed. I mean, I knew it existed, but I didn't understand it, and now I'm understanding it, and have so much more sympathy for people that do visual effects. It's not easy.
Nice.
All right. I like both of those.
You learning something, Thane?
No.
What are you learning about?
There's something you've been reading about, Thane.
Thane, that's not true. You've been learning about. You've been doing a lot of research for this month's episode of Rendered Art. He comes in. Thane's really good, guys. I don't know if you've seen the last episode of Rendered Art, the one that he did, but Thane is very good at doing research and articulating an idea so that you could understand it. For example, in the first episode of Rendered Art, he talks about, like, is it Japanese gods and goddesses?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's like
Shinto.
He did well. When I watched it, it helped me understand.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
the peach one
Dude.
that looks like a peach or resembles a peach.
Her butt also looks like a peach.
Yeah, whatever, if that's what you said, I don't remember.
Take a
but
bite
I
out of
remember
that peach.
That's not what he said in the video, guys.
This is close.
Don't worry, that's
honestly.
not what he said.
Yeah.
He's all excited.
Have you been researching things for the next rendered?
About to learn about H.P. Lovecraft.
Which is explain to people who don't know who that is.
He's a horror author. He back in the day, you know Cthulhu. He made him.
Is he the one that popularized dwarfs and orcs and like fantasy?
No.
No, he's horror, straight horror.
Yeah, he's straight up horror, cosmic horror. Like scary aliens.
No.
He popularized that. Scary alien. Come on, think about that. Like,
just any scary alien?
yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
any scary alien. He made that. He
That's
made
neat.
that.
It'd be really interesting to think about that stuff back in the day when you were making it.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever thought of.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
He probably also kind of like maybe conceptualized like the modern alien, like what we think, like we're kind of scared of them. Now, those would later like become more gray men in like the 50s pop culture. But I think like H.P. Lovecraft kind of like put the fear into it.
So this might be kind of dumb. Would you say that Slender Man would be like an offshoot of H.P. Lovecraft kind of stuff?
Hey,
Do you think it could have originated with similar roots as
Like
H.P. Lovecraft kind of things?
like the cosmic part, maybe. Like
I could see it being or at least coming from that world.
Because when I
Yeah.
think of Cthulhu, I kind of relate it to Slender Man in a sense.
yeah, I mean, he could be Lovecraftian in a way.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't matter that H.P. Lovecraft was a racist. Nobody cares. Get over it. Let me just say.
Do people still care about H.P. Lovecraft?
Yeah, they always say like, "Oh, we like his work, but we do not condone his racism." It's like,
Well, that's good.
That's a good thing to say.
wow, who cares? He's a guy who lived almost a century ago, where a lot of famous authors were racist.
Not just famous authors, but just
famous
that was
people
the
in
general,
everybody.
yeah,
in general.
culture of
Everybody.
famous
Yeah.
authors.
So who cares? Who
How long
cares?
ago was it that he lived?
He like
100?
died in like the 40s.
Oh, okay.
So his work was popular in the 20s.
Gotcha.
No,
Huh.
I think you died.
That's kind
when
of
he was
fitting,
40.
you know, because like the 20s led right
No,
into the
he died
depression,
in his
you know.
he died in his 40s. I
the
think he died
40s?
he died sometime in the 30s. I can't remember. I
Oh.
don't have my phone with
I was saying
me.
because like the 20s led into the depression and like all that. If they had all
Yeah.
the H.P. Lovecraft stuff, it really probably made their sadness even more.
Yeah.
It's pretty depressing stuff going on.
I mean, there's an actual cult around his works. It's kind of scary, called the Cult of Cthulhu.
I believe it. Oh, I don't. I mean, I don't believe the cult.
Yeah.
I believe that's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh no, we got a Cthulhu in our
Oh no, I'm a
house.
Cthulhu.
He made-
Is that why you were able to make that pentagon really
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
He
In like
practically
1
made
second, just like wow, Quaz, very
Like, Cole, you
good.
practice? I'm like, every night. Why do you think all those
Yeah.
cats keep coming by?
Wow.
I have to have some kind of
no.
offering to
He,
Cthulhu.
he also made his own pantheon of deities that if you look at them, you go mad. Any of them, old gods. So don't look at them.
Nice.
No.
That's cool stuff to learn about, Thane.
What about you, Zay?
Thanks, Thane.
What's in your book of learning?
I'd say most prominent, just like music production. That's about it. Yeah. What about you, Colby?
All about those plants.
All right. She's got a green thumb.
Nice.
Very cool.
Plants are
Some
awesome.
plants are very interesting.
I seriously recommend plant parenting to anyone. It's a very good feeling.
Give the audience one pro tip when it comes to picking plants and planting plants and taking care of them.
One thing you should do, one thing you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Just be aware that every plant requires like different amounts of sunlight and different amounts of water. So some of my plants require water every day, whereas others require it once a month.
Like a succulent.
There you go, cool. Yeah.
That's right.
Cole, are you saying that your dad's a green
Hey,
thumb?
whoa!
Wow.
Shout out to my dad teaching me.
And one thing, what else? One thing that
To
you don't
avoid.
recommend. To avoid.
Watering the ones you don't need to water.
Oh.
It's not your turn, Cole.
Yeah, Cole.
Oh, that's what she said, basically. I thought that was the
She didn't
avoid.
say anything.
She said it was like a pro and con all in one. Or not a pro and con, but
If you're just starting out, just know that you can propagate plants, which means you can you can cut off pieces of a plant and then put them in water, and then you'll have a new plant. So you don't have to go to a greenhouse
And get a
and
big
spend
old one.
$20 on a plant. You can just ask your local friend who already has a plant to give you a cutting.
That's
Or
pretty
to
cool.
buy a cutting. Support local businesses.
That's pretty cool.
take him down and bring him back up, Colby.
Yeah. Dude, how awesome would it be if we went and asked local businesses, say, hey, we run a podcast. Can we do like a... Can you guys want to sponsor
ad
a
read?
video?
Yeah.
How sick would that be, dude?
I wouldn't do anything. They would say no.
Yeah, Sky. No one
never
around,
know.
I don't think. Yeah, no one around this area.
I
is
would say
listening to us.
no.
Wait,
No one around this.
what would you ask specifically?
Can I
So
have
they're
money
like-
so I can promote
Yeah, they're
your
like, hey,
business?
It's like, hey, we'll promote your business, and they're like, yeah, well, you can promote our business. We'll give you a free pizza. It's like, okay,
Hey, that's a free
I feel
pizza.
like that's what they would do.
exactly.
And they'll be like, well, who's your audience? Is it people local?
No.
Mostly people who live back east.
Yeah,
you know?
they're
Sometimes
mostly
people in the
local.
UK.
They're mostly local.
Yeah, I mean, we got 500 people, and they're all local that watch us.
All local, baby.
Government officials.
Keep it local, everybody.
Except, never mind.
Next question.
What? So the next question is, what type of learning is most effective for you? So like
Okay.
listening, hands-on, or visually watching like something.
Definitely visually. But it doesn't set in until I do it myself.
Okay.
So I have to see it done, and then I can try it out. And after I do that, then I can do it.
Oh. Okay.
But I have to see it. Like, that's why YouTube learning is incredible for me, because I can watch them and I can do it at the same time as them.
yeah.
That's why it works really, really well for me anyway.
I think I'm the same aspect with Cole, like, in ways. Like, I consider there's different types of learning. For example, sorry, I keep, like, throwing up in my mouth.
Ew.
Podcasts that I listen to are phenomenal when it comes to teaching me, like, the whys, whens, and hows things work together. But when it comes to the what, like Cole's saying, I'm
What?
definitely a visual learner. Like, I have to see it done, but I also learn more by doing it as well.
I want to give an example. When I was in high school in my automotive class, my teacher was teaching us about engines. And essentially he was showing us he was telling us and having us read about the basic functions of an engine and how it works, what it does, how and why it works. I could not understand it for the life of me. And everything else up until that point I understand right away.
Yeah.
But I could not understand this to save my life. And then he typed in a GIF of an engine, just like what it looks like when it's moving. And when I watched that, everything became clear. I knew instantly what everything was. I'm like, this is insane that just watching this fixed everything like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
cool. If something like that could help you. Just
And funny,
realize-
that's the teacher that basically told me that you're a visual learner. He's the one that taught me that.
Mm.
Which is, I don't think it's a bad thing.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, he's the one that pointed it out. Out of all those years of elementary to tell my automotive high school teacher to teach me that I'm a visual learner.
You're a visual Harry.
What about you, baby?
What? Visual.
Nice.
Definitely. Visual. I have trouble reading. Why I don't read that many books is because, like, my attention span's so low. If it's just text, I need, like, pictures to accompany it because I want to actually, envision the stuff right there. That's why it's really hard for me to read a book. Yeah, like, if I see something visual, I could totally, like, oh, that totally clicks. Text, like, they throw you books, like, here, learn it. I'll be like, oh. Yeah. Oh, no. But it's really easy if someone is there one-on-one showing me everything, being like, all right, you do this, it should work.
I think that's why YouTube's so great. It's because you can pause, rewind, watch it 1,000 times.
I kind of want to learn Japanese, and there's tons of videos that teach you Japanese. Because there's a bunch of weebs that want to learn it, and people are like, oh, this is the market. Like, and some Asian guys be like, here, I'll show you the basics on how to learn Japanese. And it's like, oh, wow. And I also want to learn how to draw, so I can make manga, yeah, and publish in Japan and be like, I am successful boy in Japan.
Nani?
Then do it, Thane. Then freaking
I
do it.
will do it, and I'll move out of this country. I don't like this country. I'm gonna move to Japan.
Imagine this guy in Japan.
I'm not gonna move to Japan.
Imagine this guy in Japan.
Bro,
he just hangs out by himself.
Thane going to Japan
He's
would be
like
like freaking Matt Watson in Japan.
He lives in one of those,
6'3", just
those
towering
small
over
little.
everyone.
He lives in one of those small hotel rooms. It's like a circle, and he's like crunched up every night.
It's like,
That's his house. He's got his Xbox in there.
they'll be like, Xbox, ew, no, ew, Cole,
He's got
no.
a PlayStation Vita in there.
Yeah.
every time we call Thane,
Got a
arigato.
PS2 in there.
Don't arigato, Mr. Roboto. Like,
No, don't you mean
Thank-
konnichiwa?
konnichiwa.
It's like, you guys are
Arigato is
racist.
thank you.
We say, do we say domo arigato, Mr. Roboto? He's like, you guys are racist. Stop it.
Yeah, that's right.
He pulls the little window up.
Yeah, we're throwing rocks. We're throwing rocks at his window.
Leave you alone.
Don't arigato,
Pulls it
Mr. Thane-chan. What's funny is Thane opens up the window and he looks out, and it's supposed to be like this 2-story building, but he's on the first floor of this little Japanese hotel.
Second floor is too expensive. The rooms are shorter as you got up higher.
Alright, Zay.
Mine, I would probably say I like the same kind of learning as you guys, visually into hands-on, but I do like listening to someone talk about it, and then but also being hands-on while they're explaining it, or yeah, I guess just listening to them as they talk about like what we're doing. I like that as well.
Well, I think something like music producing too, though, is like that's like 50% listening, dude. Because when you apply effects and start messing with knobs, you have to listen.
Oh
to
yeah, you
how,
have to.
how they're affecting the frequencies.
Yeah, you have to.
I would say it really does just depend on the thing, though. In all
Yeah.
reality, because there's some things I prefer to read. I prefer to just read out of a book and learn it. Like when I was doing like chemistry back in high school, I just got it from the book. My teacher didn't help me at all, really. Like just occasionally, but
Watch
most
too
of
much
it.
Breaking Bad. It's like the high school.
I actually
kids
never
and
watched Breaking Bad in high school. It was in
yeah.
college, but yeah, just reading out of the textbook. That's basically what taught me chemistry. I mean, sure, like I said, my teacher helped, but just some things reading it helped me more than watching it.
You know what's nuts? And this is something that I didn't realize back in the day until like my dad, because I would always ask my dad. We've been working on cars and whatever projects that my dad works on. I'm like, dude, how did you learn all this? He said I would buy a manual and teach myself. Like that's all they had. So it's either you went to school or you bought a manual to learn about it. Now, every single manual that you could ever want is online. Like I've done this more recently, but whatever program I'm using, I just Google Adobe Premiere hotkeys or Blender hotkeys or whatever hotkeys, and you can pull up all of these shortcut keys, and they're all right there, and you could look up how to do specific effects. Problem is I don't know what a lot of the effects are called. I know what I want to do, but there's specific names given to specific things. So that's that just comes with either reading or learning from somebody teach it to you. But I totally agree, man. Like, I don't know. It's really cool that there's so many different avenues now to learning. And knowledge is it's out there and it's free now because people are just giving it away, which is phenomenal. Like, I think that's the goal, is to try to make less lamos in the world. You know what I mean? People need to be more educated.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's really neat. If you want to learn something, guys, literally go to Google, type it in. You can find it. Like, if you want to learn something, you can teach yourself. It's nuts. But it's really, really cool. Like,
the world is your imagination.
Yeah, dude, we live in such a crazy place, like a crazy time in life right now. It's nuts. We are all connected by our
Butterfly
pockets.
in the sky. I can fly twice as high. Just take a look. It's in a book. A freezing rainbow. I can go anywhere. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right. Thanks for apologizing. All right. So one thing that was kind of throughout all of that, everyone, I'd say all of you guys mentioned one thing. So Cole mentioned it, also Sky did, and then they mentioned it as well, that in all these there have been specific instances where you've had a teacher, or you've looked up a video, or you've had someone teach you about it or show you more about it, and that's someone that probably most likely started where we did, or where like you're starting if you're starting to learn about a new thing. So like everyone starts at like a certain place, and then they just putting in more time and like more hours, then they'll get to a place of like where they can help others learn. So kind of where I wanted to go next is like the idea of like a mentor, or like someone that helps you. So whether that be like a teacher or someone that like you like to watch on YouTube for whatever reason. And it doesn't even have to be, it could be someone that teaches you, not even about like that specific skill like you're trying to learn more about. It could be someone that teaches you about like something you're interested in. So like, for example, if someone, like I like watching people that are like very funny, and that they in a way they teach you more about like comedic elements, so like putting together like a joke, or like how to deliver a joke, things like that. That's very interesting to me, even though it's not what I want to do. That's something that I really enjoy. So I mean, it's something that, yeah, just in my world. But so let's see. So would you guys say that in all the time that you've put into learning about specific things that you're interested in, would you say that there are like one or two or three people that you go back to, like they have like a lot of different videos on that specific or like subject, or different subjects but within like that same like theme? So that, would you guys say that you guys have people that you go back to learn new things?
Well, when it comes to like when I specifically try to learn something online specifically, I don't
Specifically?
I know I said it a lot. Don't even. I don't typically go right back to the same person that I watched prior.
Yeah.
Like, cause typically I'm just going, oh, how do I do this in Premiere? But
Okay.
I will say there is one YouTube channel that I like to watch that is kind of like a learning channel. It's called Design Doc, and I always send these videos to Sky because I think they're so good. And it's about it's this guy basically just taking all these concepts and ideas that are specifically found in video games, and how different games and different companies have used them to make their product good. So one of the, my favorite ones that he does is just the user interface or design.
Okay.
That's where the design dot came from. That's where he started. So he'll show like the user interface or the design or fonts or whatever of one game compared to another game, and show how this one's much better than that one, because this one's a lot more easier to read. There's only like 2 or 3 fonts you're looking at instead of like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Not a lot of, it's really, really cool. And I like that specifically for ideas, and it does teach me a little bit about things that I should look out for when I'm doing stuff, for the channel or things like that.
And I can see that applying directly to, like, if you're, you want, like, a specific font, or you want to go in a specific direction for, like, a video. I can see that helping out a lot. I think that's cool, because that ties in right with, like, video editing it. Yeah,
That's why
cool.
you see specifically with me, whenever I edit a video or do something for our channel, you'll typically only see me use like a handful of fonts.
Yeah.
I very rarely leave that font group that I use for the channel specifically.
Yeah.
And like on the Twitch stuff that I do, I only use one font
Yeah.
unless I'm forced to use another font for another reason. But it's always one specific font that I use for all my Twitch stuff.
Yeah. Well, you were what else? Sky or Thane? Would you guys like to chirp in?
Quick.
Go ahead, Thane.
Quick. Not that I wasn't following along, but what was the question again?
No. So that means you weren't following along.
Sorry.
Not
Don't
that I-
say not that I wasn't, but what were you talking about again?
I forgot the question. I was lost in
Here, I got an idea.
conversation.
We'll let Sky talk about
Let's
it
see if
and
Sky
see if you
was
can figure out the
listening.
question based on what Sky's answer
Let's see if
is.
Sky was listening.
So
You really got to listen to this one, Thane.
mine, I don't know. If it's, I go through this thing where I go through trends of where I want to learn something, so I learn it. And then as I'm learning this, I learn about another aspect that is connected to that. For example, I started with video editing back when I was 17, and I really liked video editing, but an aspect of it that I sucked at was filming it. So I learned how to film and how to use DSLR cameras, and then I learned about lighting, and then I learned about how you can add music and how important music is to different aspects. But as far as like a mentor goes, I guess what I'm trying to say is that for each different aspect of whatever it is I'm doing, I feel like I have a different mentor that I do go back to, like Casey Neistat and another guy called Devin Graham and another guy called Peter McKinnon were ones that like taught me about the film world and how to be more creative and make things look more visually appealing. And then when it comes to doing music and writing music, I listen to a lot of like musicians that I'm into talk about their music processes, and I would consider them a mentor. But not that, I don't know if this was related to your question or not, but as far as like would I be able to do any of the things I'm doing now without a mentor or somebody showing me how to do it, I don't think so. I don't think I would be able to, because a lot of the programs and the things that I mess around with are so intricate and very mind-numbing if you don't understand what's going on. Not mind-numbing, very overwhelming
Yeah.
if you
that's a
don't
better
understand
word.
what's going on.
Oh, with all the programs that like nowadays with all the programs, like if you're just getting into something, the learning curve is so
Yeah.
freaking steep. Like just speaking from like music production, any like program that you use, it's more like there's a lot of similar aspects to it, but all of them kind of have like their own things. But it's such like an overwhelming thing when you first get into it because there's so many different buttons and there's so many different like things you have to worry about to like make sure that you're able to do what you want. Like you have to learn how to do what you want to be able to even like bring out the idea that you have. It's insane. So like it can be overwhelming. So like that's why I'm really grateful for like people who are like willing to put out content that like directly affects what you're trying to do.
Yeah, and it's
So like
it's free.
and it's amazing. So like someone that puts out a YouTube video and like they're like, yeah, this is how you do this with this like this effect. I'm like, and then like I'll have moments where like I'll be listening to something or I'll watch something and be like, dude, I've been trying to do this for a while now, and like they just explained it in like a minute or two.
Yeah.
And now I can like work on that and get better at it. Like those moments feel so good because then you're like I can implement that now. Like now I can bring that out of like my mind and then put that into whatever I'm doing. It's just those moments are really cool.
That's what's crazy is that they can explain it so quickly too. It's you sit down for a minute, 2 minutes, and you know exactly what you need to do and how you need to do it.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, I had no idea about that before. Like I knew about it, but I didn't know how to do it. And thanks to this person and their like knowledge or like the hours that they put in, now their willingness to share it, like now I can do it, and then like I can grow on it and become better at like what I want to do. I think it's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. Well, and kind of to piggyback off of that is one of the best and like the greatest things that was ever told to me, and I always tell people this that are wanting to do.
Oh, that's a big spider. I'm sorry.
Where is it?
It's over there going towards the hoverboard.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Holy crap.
Go get a Thane.
Holy crap.
Go get a Thane.
Hurry, Thane. Oh my gosh. Don't just stare it.
There's shoes right
Hit
there,
it.
Thane. Behind the hoverboard. Move the hoverboard back. It's right there. You see it? That didn't. Nope.
It's running.
Flush him. Wipe him.
Oh gosh, dude! I saw that thing just moseying along, and I was like,
scary.
I knew that was gonna happen too. I knew it.
Wait,
they both screamed.
did they scare you? Did
Yes!
you scare each other?
Colby walked out. As she's walking out, Thane's walking in.
And he's holding a boot.
She got scared, screamed. He's like, ah! He
Holy
screamed
yeah!
too.
You gotta listen. You gotta use the camera audio for that, because I guarantee you it picked it up way better than these did.
That's too good, dude. That's so funny.
There's a spider. He killed a
Hit
spider.
Yes.
It's
Killed
gone
it.
now.
It was behind the hoverboard.
He killed it. He killed it.
Sorry, Sky.
Dude, that was
So
hilarious.
the best piece of advice
I
that
think you scared. I think I got scared because you freaking screamed
screwed too.
right in my face. It's like, ah!
But yeah, one of the best pieces of advice that was given to me that I always give to people is because, just like what Zay was saying, that was the most, and still is the most frustrating thing for me, is when I'm learning a new program, is I have this idea, but I don't know what the freak I need to do to get it out. And so I always tell myself, I'm like, man, this would be so much easier if I could just pay somebody to do this that understands it. But the best piece of advice is to literally just learn the program. Like, this is why creators always say, make 100 songs that suck, or make 100 videos that suck. Like, you just have to do it to learn what works and what doesn't. But if you learn the program, if you learn how to speak the language, it makes your creative journey so much better, because just like what Zay's saying, is you're adding different aspects of it. You learn this thing about video editing. You're like, man, I like that effect that this person did in their video. I want to do that. Learn how to do it. You know what I mean? So you type in, even if you don't know what the heck it's called, type in like, how do I make text move? Well, it's called animation. And once you type that in and you learn how to animate things with keyframes, then your videos get that much more impressive. Or with music production, you're like, oh, what's a compressor? Well, figure out what a compressor is. How do I make my audio not get loud? And then a compressor would show up. You know what I mean? So anyway, the point is just
Press your
learn
balls.
learn a program. Learn how to use the program. It's really, really fun, because then it makes you feel like a total bad A once you can figure out what you're doing.
Can confirm. Can confirm. You know, on the topic with mentors, though, I want to bring up, so when I was in Boise, I had a teacher. Oh my goodness, that guy probably taught me the most ever about this kind of stuff. Now, granted, I learned how to do video editing on my own, but like, just the little subtle things that this guy taught me. This dude alone was the one reason I was considering not moving down here.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If you were to, do you have this man's number or any way to get a hold of him?
I probably could find his email somewhere.
Like, if you were to hit him up and say, hey, me and a couple buddies are coming down. Let's say we had a little bit of leverage. We're like, could we film something in your studio? Would he be cool with that?
Probably not, because it's not his studio, it's the
I
school's.
see. So we'd have to get like permission from the school.
Yeah.
Which would be almost impossible.
Yeah, it'd be really, really hard, almost impossible.
Not even being students or anything.
Exactly. Yeah. If we were students, it'd be a lot easier and doable, but because of that, no. In fact, on campus, there's like recording booths and stuff you can use if you're a student.
Oh,
even.
really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
But man, this guy, such a good mentor. I'd learned a lot from him. It's funny because I was thinking, so I had 3 semesters up there. My first semester I didn't take a class with him. The second 2 semesters I did take classes with him. If I would have took a class with him my first semester, I probably wouldn't have moved down. That's how much it's got an impact on the stuff I was thinking about learning. People can have a huge impact on your life. It's crazy.
That's a good mentor right there.
Yeah.
So Thane, speaking of, do you have an answer to the question?
I don't have any mentors.
Well, at least he got the question. He figured it out.
Yeah, Thane, he had someone offer to mentor him, but he's like, no, I don't need you.
He's like, I don't need that.
My
I don't need you. I am my own senpai.
I've got God and anime on my side.
You flipped the guy off.
These guys offered him $1 million. He got a briefcase and everything. He's like, I don't need that.
I don't need you. I got anime to watch.
My mentors are the people I watch. Be like, that I like to watch. I like to make something like that one day. Make a video has such well production. Like if you look at JonTron's early videos, I'd make something like that. Yeah, I'd even probably get to the point where I have my own studio and make my own studio videos just like JonTron. Wow. Heck, maybe make videos like freaking
Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah, sure. Will it pecan? Will it what's it called? Pot
Will it
pie?
blend?
Will it pot pie?
Will
They
it
probably
pop?
did that. They probably did that.
Of
one.
course, I bet they have. Yeah.
Yeah, I know they've done Will It Ramen. They've done Will It Brownie.
Will it taco? I think
Yeah,
that
Will
was
It
the first
Taco.
one.
Will it?
Blend.
Yeah, will it blend? That is the question.
There you go. Anything to it.
That's like OG YouTube.
I know. We've been hitting a lot of a little bit OG YouTubes today. I'm a goofy goober rock 420p.
Nice.
Nice.
No
nice.
way.
Someone put. Oh, it's you, Sky.
Yeah. Blaze
You
it.
said blaze it.
Um,
Freaking dumb.
I don't know about mentors. Like, if I look up someone and they said like, here's how to do something, but like, yeah, he's a mentor to people. Say he's a mentor. The guy who told me how to, fix a part of my car when there's no one around to help me fix it. Yeah, you could say that guy's a mentor. I've never really looked up people. Cole or his brother has always been around saying, "Hey, there's something wrong with my car. Do you know what's going on?"
Fix it, Felix.
Thane actually brought up something interesting. I personally watch a lot of videos that I kind of try to replicate in a sense. Like, I watch them and I learn how they do something and I try to almost replicate their style, if that makes any sense. I mean, that's where I got the structure of Gameception originally. The structure of that came from Game Theory.
Mm-hmm.
I followed how MatPat does his. He has like a 3-part structure, with the first part like set up and the middle part a little bit more set up, but getting into it a little bit more, and then the last part's the big cahoodles.
But isn't that what everything is? Like, ever since like creative art, no matter what it is, has been created. There's always been someone that looked at it and be like, I like that a lot. I'm gonna take that. It's gonna inspire me, and I'm gonna create something that's not the same, but it's gonna have some qualities of that. You go out throughout music history. There's been countless artists that just feed off of each other's creations to make something else, and then it just keeps going. It's the same with any type of art.
Yeah,
inspirations on inspirations. That's what it really is.
Exactly. Yeah. That's kind of what mentors are then nowadays, and it was specifically nowadays where most people learning from YouTube. It's mostly these mentors are just inspirations. They inspire people to do something. I'm sure that I'm not just sure. I know, for example, Scott the Waz, he's doing it because of Cinemassacre, because of James, because of Angry Video Game Nerd. That's really where he got his inspiration. His mentor was that guy, even though he didn't know him.
AVGN inspired a lot of people.
Exactly.
JonTron was also inspired by AVGN.
Yeah, dude. This
another guy
did a
named
lot.
the Spoony One. That's really old internet. If you knew who the Spoony One was, then you were there from the beginning. But now the guy he's crazy now. He just rants on Twitter and hasn't made a video in years.
But exactly that though. There's so many people that get inspired, and I think that's just the way that the world is nowadays. That's kind of what our mentors are. It's kind of sad to say. I know it's a cliche thing that your mentors are on the TV screen. That's what people are saying. Oh, he's gonna grow up in front of the TV or whatever, and it's kind of what we're doing nowadays.
Yeah. You want to know something crazy I learned? So, I read. So there's this manga called World Trigger, and they had a chapter this month. And as I was reading it, the characters looked normal, and then at one page, all the characters looked very rough, like they were sketched. They still looked detailed enough, but the backgrounds all look the same. And then I learned why these backgrounds are so good in some of these manga. It's because they pre-render all the backgrounds, and then they just sketch the characters and then do like I think a digital sketch to make them look better. A lot of manga is done digitally now. Then you go back and read something like Dragon Ball, everything's drawn in the background. And even Naruto, like there's a scene where spoilers to Naruto Shippuden just a bit. The scene where what's his name? Pain in what's the orange-haired Pain? I can't remember his name. Guys, help me out.
Just Pain.
Yeah, Pain.
That's
He's about to blow up Konoha.
Yeah.
Like there's a shot where he's like over Konoha, and each building is drawn in individually. And then I realized, like, wow, so each person has like different methods. Like the guy who draws World Trigger, he pre-renders backgrounds and then puts the characters in, and then draws the characters in. But like Kishimoto, he drew a whole city.
That's cool.
So you can have any style you want. And go look up the manga panel of the full Konoha shot, and it'll blow your mind. It's like he drew every one of those buildings with such detail. That must have taken hours to do. It just blew my mind when I saw that panel. I was like, holy crap. How long did that take?
Yeah.
Well, you got some input there?
Thane is my mentor on all things.
What?
Like
What?
random.
And scene.
Oh, random.
Good job, everybody.
He's the mentor of all things random.
Okay.
Yeah, I learn a lot from him. I just want to say that there's a mentor for everyone, because there's been a lot of people on this earth, and although it's like people are learning a lot online, there's also people who aren't online that you can always reach out to. So like for the profession the path that I've chosen, I have like Googled the information of those people and just emailed them, and I've gotten several emails back. So just never hesitate to reach out and network with people.
That's cool. That's actually really cool that they actually wrote back and whatnot.
Also, in this day and age, what you can take away from this day and age, there's no excuse that you say, oh, I couldn't find it. Bullcrap. You can find it. If you have an internet connection, find it. Do
Or
it.
you can go to your library too.
I
I got one example. Is that one horror farming game or whatever where the guy, you have to hide the body.
Yeah.
Hide your wife's
You
body.
can't find that on the internet.
The farming game.
But I
Got
mean,
him.
Lost
when it comes
media
to
thing.
learning, not lost. Well, when it comes to learning, like if you want
Nice
to
one,
learn
Zane.
something and there's someone out there teaching, there is someone out there teaching
I was
it.
just joking. Then I was just choking you.
I know some things are lost, but hey, you can learn to be a detective. Well, for professions like that, you kind of gotta like, I guess, go to college. There's some things, but hey, you can do online college, which I wouldn't
You
recommend.
can be an
I've
armchair
tried it.
detective.
I've done
He's
it.
just
not
giving
bad.
all
You
these
don't
great
recommend
options
college?
and shooting him down. He was like, oh, man, you could be a detective. Oh, I gotta go to college. You go online college. Ah, that sucks.
Go to physical college if you can.
Yeah, go to Reddit.
Online college is the last.
Learn from Reddit.
Yeah, be an armchair
Yeah.
detective on Reddit.
R
Yeah.
slash
That's how
detective.
you become.
Dude, there's a
Yeah.
legit there's a Reddit of where they're given like a mystery and the Reddit solves the mystery.
That's cool.
They've
Wow.
actually solved like a handful of pretty hard to
Like
solve
actual
cases.
crimes?
Yeah, crimes.
Nice.
Actual crimes?
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Well,
Yeah, it is a real thing.
I'll show it to
Yeah,
you,
I've heard
guy.
of those.
Is it called r/armchair detectives?
I don't think that's what it's
That'd be
called.
kind of funny.
That'd be funny.
But
But yeah, like yes, just said if you want to learn something, there's always something for it. And usually because of the internet, the gateway's there. And I believe in you.
If Thane believes
with
in you,
that-
anything's possible.
Let's do we have any more questions from our beloved host?
Thane's done. He can tell.
Yeah, I'm done.
no, that's about it.
Okay,
There was a
let's-
few more, but no, I think we pretty much we got it. We got them.
All right, let's end this.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Tired.
Here's the gun.
thanks guys for tuning in to this week's pod of
He's
the cast.
personated himself.
We want to thank we want to just thank all of you guys for just listening and just commenting, just letting us know you're listening. It's fun. It's good to know that someone's listening to these ramblings.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, I accidentally went live. I blue balled everybody
Pretty funny.
and
but
myself.
We'll be on Friday. I don't know if is Sky or you.
It'll be today.
Yeah.
We're going live today. It's
Today.
Monday.
And did we go live Friday?
We did.
We did.
Okay.
Wow, and we streamed. It was a great stream. You guys missed out.
What did
Yeah.
we do, guys? I can't remember.
We had a fun time. That's what we did.
We
Sky.
played kitten cannon. Your kitty cannon.
Flash games.
We played
we?
Doom Eternal.
Oh, we played that.
We
game.
did.
Yeah.
Doom Eternal.
I like Doom. Doom's fun.
Doom Eternals will be my Doom.
I don't think Zay likes any of the games we play.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
with Zay there. I actually like Doom though, so.
You're with me there, except
Yeah,
that one
I don't
game.
like any of the games we play either.
That is my
Okay,
clap
Cole.
right there.
Okay, Cole, pick a game then. You
I've
haven't-
tried. I haven't tried, but like I want to. I
Then
want to.
pick one.
I want to play Skyward Sword, but this guy's like, no, we gotta finish Breath of the Wild. I'm like,
Oh.
okay, let's finish it. And you guys are freaking sitting on your rockers over there,
It's that man over there.
schmirking
No,
off
you-
to Cortana.
Okay. You're the one scheduling these and saying, okay, we should schedule these.
Guys,
And
what should we
have not
upload this
scheduled-
day? Nobody says a word. Okay, I guess we'll do this. Guys, what do you want to stream today? Nobody says a word. Okay, I guess we'll do this. Like, I
Hey,
ask for input. Nobody
I
says
picked the
anything.
game I picked the game a couple of days ago.
What'd you pick?
I picked GTA. Well, I guess me and Cole
It
kind
was
of came
Cole.
to a,
Cole's like, yeah, let's do
we
GTA.
kind of came together on that one.
Right now.
Yeah,
Over me.
we're the Beatles.
They
That's who sings that song,
came
right?
together.
Okay, I'm right. I'm smart.
Well, are you? So you're gonna be gone?
Just for the weekend.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay, and then
Leaving
are you
Saturday,
going or no?
Sunday.
I'm not gonna go.
Not gonna go. Thane, you're
No.
not going either. I don't think I'm gonna go either. So we could play. Yeah, we will play tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
glad they know
today.
all of our weekend
Or last
plans
week.
now.
We'll play
Oh.
last week.
They know all of our weekend plans
Well,
now.
the camera's about to die, so I guess we better.
Well, it's already
get,
dead, I think.
better
Good,
get
let
out
it
of here.
die.
Follow our social media.
Yeah,
Let's
we
get
love you
outta here.
guys.
If you're watching on Twitch, if you're listening on Spotify, go subscribe on YouTube.
Thanks, guys.
Follow us on
YouTube.com/radkatz.
Twitch.
Hey, if you listen on Apple Podcasts, then give us a rating. Please give us at least a 4-star, at least.
Unless you didn't
or
like
a
it.
5-star.
If you don't like it, give it a bad star. It's
Yeah,
up to
but
you
hey,
guys.
if you do like it, give it a 5 and be like, these guys are fun to listen
Only
to.
if you really like it, though.
Yeah,
Jeez, Zay, let him be honest.
yeah. Be honest with
But-
your review, but also if you
Give
like
us a
it,
5-star.
give us a 5-star.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you gotta probably listen to it again. You'll like it the second time.
Yeah.
Get those views up, guys.
And remember, we love you guys.
We got Did you already say something about it?
Merch is
Yeah, we got
coming.
more merch on the way.
It's coming out soon.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick.
We're gonna do a special video on it for all y'all.
We're gonna make sure it's good quality before we send it to you guys. Well, not send it, but you let you guys
Just
buy
release. We're gonna before we release the Kraken.
And also for all of you that purchased merch shirts already, thank you. We appreciate it.
it. There's a couple left. You guys want one? Let
Hit
us
us
know.
up.
Poopity scoop.
And
Scoop-diddy
and
boop.
last but not least, don't forget, guys, to keep it rad.
Scoop diddy doop.
No, it's
Oh, that's right. You gotta get my sax out.
When are we gonna switch that out? How long have we been doing that for now? Has it been like 5-6 months?
well. So we went from
It's been
season
since January, hasn't
we went
it?
from we went from season 2 to season 3 with 6 months.
So I was back in December. Okay, so bye guys.